want to travel abroad, either through studies, you want to visit as a tourist, or you want to go for work, you know that I'm here to cover all those important information that you're looking for. As your girl who's traveled to over 13 countries, worked, leisured, and now currently placed and working in Colorado in the US. There are a lot of things that you need to look at and prepare yourself before those, even you start thinking about travel abroad. So if you're interested to travel abroad and you don't know where to start from, today I'm going to talk about that because a lot of you have requested for, as a way of just where do we start from. So as I mentioned, I've traveled to 13 countries. If you're meeting me for the very first time, my name is Sheila Van de Graaf. I came to the US to do my second master's on full scholarship. So this channel is always about study abroad. It's about work abroad right now because of the scope and what I'm right now doing and the knowledge that I have. I love sharing knowledge. So I'll also be talking a lot about work abroad, also share information on scholarship, visas, and all those things just to help you grow beyond the space you're currently in. And I know many of you have asked about, you always talk about these opportunities, but where do we start from? Talk to us as a 6-month-old. I don't know how to talk to you as a 6-month-old, but I'll try. So one of the things that I just want to share is that for you to even start thinking about going abroad, these are basic things that you should have and should prepare yourself with. Number one is that you have to have a valid passport if you're going to use a flight or a ship to travel from your country to other continents. Like I know there are some places that you border that you don't need even a passport. You just walk in and go to another country. That's abroad in another way. But I'm talking about traveling miles and miles, kilometers and kilometers from your home to another, let's say another continent, another region, another, So if you want to literally travel abroad to those miles, one, you need a passport. And for you to have a passport, you also need to make sure that it's 6 months valid. If you have a passport, like you got your passport 4 years ago and you have like 4 months for it to expire, please just go and check on that, because the embassies always want you to travel with a passport that's valid at least 6 months and beyond before your travel date. Now you always have to have 2 blank spaces for stamps, so make sure that you have that. You could be having passport that's not expired, but you've traveled so much that you no longer have any blank spaces, so that's it. But I know because you want to travel, maybe you've not traveled before, but I just want you to have that information. Tips for this is just apply passport now. Go ahead and apply for a passport. That's the first way to getting to know that you're leaving that space, you're leaving that country, you're leaving, Start by believing in the process. Go ahead and apply for that passport. Comment in the section and let me know if you already have a passport, where you're watching me from, and what exactly you want me to share next. But please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like, share, and let's continue. What's the other thing that you need to have for you to start your travel abroad? You need to at least have bank statements, because a lot of embassy or proof of funds, a lot of embassy will want to see how you're gonna fund your flights, your accommodation, insurance, and all that. So most embassy ask for 3 to 6 months of bank statement. And if you don't have a direct bank statement with those funds, you feel free to share your relative, but you have to share how well you're related. And sometimes they reach out to them to inquire if there's actually that proof of relationship. So if you got from your uncle, your auntie, just make sure that these people are very supportive of what you are planning and they'll not blow it out. So definitely they'll ask for if you can have money in your account, that will be great. But I remember when I was traveling in some countries, I didn't have money in my account, so I asked my dad to support me. And when I was filling in those documents of application, they ask you for your relationship, and I just indicated it's my dad. They never reached out to him, but I know that situations and from my friends where they say that they actually reached out to the people you provided bank statement. So if you don't have any amount in your bank. You can put in relatives, you can bring in collateral. I'm just very sure for the 13 countries I've traveled to, it has always been that's required me to show proof of funds. It's always been either my bank account or my bank account and whoever is, because I didn't have enough money. So again, let money not be the stress, but just start planning and just knowing that 3 to 6 months, and this include your personal bank account. It's also include if you're traveling as a student, you will also show that you have scholarship. It will add to your proof of funds, so don't forget that that's the money you've earned. And then in some cases you can also show your pay slips. Your bank account may not show the amount, total amount, but then if you have bank slips, pay slips to show for your financial guarantee, please do that. The other thing that I want you to have that again will enable you to travel abroad is how do you apply for the visa form. So each country has its own form, so make sure that you go to their website and not any other site. Go to the website, download it. Most of the time you don't need agents. I've never, except for me traveling to Dubai, that's when I went through an agent, because I didn't know apparently you have to use agent for Dubai. Comment if you've used it directly and got a visa to go to Dubai, but for me I had to give agent my information. They never charged me. I don't remember the charge or not. I was traveling with my daughter. So download the right form, fill it accurately. You can have a friend, a relative go through it, and make sure that you fill in that form. Most of it is done online, so take the patient, do it. If you need to do it handwritten, just make sure that you put in the right information. The other one that's always very important is to have a travel itinerary. My daughter and I are loving watching the border control. I don't know whether you watched Border Control or Passport, I don't remember the right name, where people are screened at the airport and they're asked why they came into the country and all that. And I've seen a lot of tourists and a lot of students, and this I have to emphasize, by you getting the visa does not mean that you're guaranteed to go into the country. So that you'll be stopped at the airport sometimes for secondary inspection before you even get into that country. So you can travel all the way from your home country and be returned back to your home country when you've landed to this. So don't, until you actually been told welcome to this new country, you always have to prepare yourself for any secondary inspection and any secondary questioning and all that. So mostly I see people don't have correct travel itinerary, or they don't even have a travel itinerary. They're going in as tourists. They don't know. They're asked, where are you going to? And they're like, I don't know. And even me at the airport, if I'm a visa officer, I will not believe you, or I'm a border control person, I'll not believe you. So have itinerary. Plan your trip well, ask around which places they should go, and make sure that you have even costing some budget to show that you're really going in as a tourist, because as a tourist they expect you to have your own research. They expect you to have at least hotel reservations and bookings, and a detailed at least cities you're traveling to. I saw one person didn't even know which city they had landed to and which city, and apparently I think they were going for work or something. They're not going in as a tourist. So for whichever reason, just make sure that you have your itinerary well in place. Well, I don't want this video to be a long one, so watch the part 2 coming up. And I just want you to encourage you to, the first dream is to start by applying and getting that visa, getting the documents right. So I'm gonna share more on part 2.